I have a confession. This has been this has been super hard for me. I've been holding on to this for a few weeks and just not really sure how to share it. I think a big piece of it has been rationalizing it in my own head, accepting it as something that's a good thing, and yeah, I think it's just been something that I've had to feel okay with in my own right. I feel like I'm cheating on the debts, savings, budgeting community, and that's a really hard thing for me because when I entered this journey, at first it was just for me in terms of an accountability and being able to share a story of somebody who's going from having collections and multiple debts and not really having a financial future to somebody who is trying to build one. And in the sharing of my goals and everything else like that, I've been really focusing on this big picture that I am keeping in mind and looking forward to attaining. And so this situation has come up, and it's been really hard for me to reconcile how this fits in with where it is that I'm trying to go. And I did do a change video, and that was a little bit of this story in the acceptance that sometimes things do not go in a straight line and things change over time, and that the long-term journey sometimes means that you're taking a path that makes it easier for somebody else to go along with you. And so in this situation, I'm just going to get to it. At Christmas time, we were gifted with a amount of money from my partner's parents. And so, you know, initially there was a lot of conversation about where the best place was to put that money in terms of savings and debts and all of those other things. But it became very clear that it was becoming me dictating what was going to happen rather than making a decision together that was taking us in the direction that we wanted to go. And that's not what I intend or want to do on this journey. I am doing this with my partner. We have been through many things, and it's really important to me that we do this together. A big part of this journey has been my own direction. He has very willingly given me the power over his finances to put money away into our savings, to pay down debts, to do all of those things. And in this situation with the money being gifted to him, it's very important that I am hearing him in what his needs are right now so that he can continue on this journey with me, and that we don't create a rift between us in how we're making our decisions and what we're doing. So we are going to be taking a trip. And again, this is difficult for me to feel like this is justified at this time and all of those things, but I know that each day for us is a gift. We don't know how long any one of us has on this earth, and it's important to make memories and to take the opportunity to do things that are going to fill us up and all these other things. And so I don't mean to sit here and justify that decision. I just kind of want to share a little bit of how we've come to that and the reasoning for it. And I can go more into that, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'm going to leave it at I've had to just really spend some time accepting that this is the best decision for us. I've never been in a position where I have access to funds like this. And so I think it makes me a little bit more nervous to spend it rather than to use it in another way. But the decision that we've come to is that the money that I'm doing right now for our long-term savings, our debts, our short-term savings is not being touched for this trip. we did receive some money, and we've used that money to book some different things, but we still need to save some more money for our spending, for our food, for those types of things. Like, it's not all paid for at this point. But what we've come to is that we're not taking away from my debt payments or from the savings goals, the emergency funds, anything like that for the purpose of this trip. And so that made it an easier thing for me to move ahead on and accept. So that's a bit of the backstory. I'm trying to really bring my mindset to the point where I allow myself to enjoy this, because this is not something that is I don't know how to say this. It's not something that I'm going to be able to repeat and do again. So I need to allow myself to enjoy it, enjoy the time, take the time as an opportunity to refresh and do those things. We've been together for 8 years. We went to Vancouver for a weekend trip, and that's as much as we have done. So I am going to really focus from this point forward on the enjoyment of this. And I am going to enjoy it. I'm committing myself to enjoying it and not living in regret and worry and all those other things. So that's where I am today. So my partner actually sold a couple things, and we converted the money to American money because we are going to Jamaica, and American money is easier to use than Canadian. And so that's what we've done. So he sold almost $600 Canadian worth, which is only $430 American. But that was a great first start, I think, and that just made me feel much better about this decision going forward, because, you know, it just reminded me that it's not dipping into the other things that we are doing. We're finding different ways to go about this. And it's a way that has gotten him excited about this as well, rather than it just being me that's kind of pushing this journey for us. So I think that that's a really positive thing and something that I am excited about. So I have $430 American, and I am going to be stuffing this into some specific pieces. So I do have a few different envelopes. One of them is tips, so money for tips, some spending money, money for food, because we're not going to an all-inclusive, money for transportation, and for excursions. So those are the different categories. I might pick up some other ones as we go along, but for now, that's what I'm doing. And I've got some different kind of trackers. I just made this boarding pass one very quickly. I've got this one from Golden Girl Budgets for tips. I am doing MASH for spending. And I am doing In a World Full of Wieners, Be a Corn Dog for food. So those are some of the challenges that I am starting out with. Also today, because tomorrow is Valentine's Day, I'm going to do just a little bit of a Q&A about us. First question that I've got is, how did we meet? We met actually in 2014 on an online chat forum, which was just a very, it wasn't a paid matching service or anything like that. It was just a really random chat site, and we spent the whole night talking, and then we spent the next days emailing, and we did not have a single day since November of 2014 where we have not talked. So it was just kind of a cool meant to be thing. I was living in another province at the time, and we spent the first 4 years in that kind of situation until I was able to move here. And it's, I don't know, no regrets. It's kind of a crazy story, but it's one that we we didn't tell a lot of people about how we met, but I think now that, you know, more people meet that way than not. And it's really worked out well for us. So, you know, you can meet people in all kinds of really strange, amazing ways. One of the first trackers that I'm doing is from Liz and Les. It is the MASH game, and we actually filled up the game board together. So we picked one positive for ourselves and one negative for ourselves, and just filled this up. So I'm going to use dice, 2 dice, to help me figure out where it is that we're going to land on this. And it's going to be interesting because it's a real mashup between our answers, even our who will you marry. His, I always know, is Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Mine is John Hamm as our positives, and his negative is Roseanne Barr, and mine is Nicolas Cage. So we could end up with a real zinger on this, but let's do, actually maybe I'll just do 1 dice. I'll do 1 dice. 6. Okay. So, all right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Vancouver. We're not going to live in Vancouver. We love Vancouver, so that's kind of sad. But we will take out Vancouver. So, and that is B. It's $10. I'm going to have a little bit of trouble because I've only got 20s and 1s, but let's do another one on this. 1. Oh, Moose Jaw. Okay, that's okay. We're not going to live in Moose Jaw. Okay, let's do another one. 2. 1, 2. We are not going to be hockey players. My partner will be disappointed about that. All right. Geez, I just keep rolling. What am I doing? Okay, so this was $10. This is $15. And this is $5. So I've ended up with 30. 30. Do I go one more time? I don't know. I don't know what I do. I'm spending. Let's just go ahead with the 30. Spending money, and who knows, I might be back. You know how I work. I sometimes come back to the ones that I get to do roll the dice with. I don't even know if that stuff was in frame. I've got no idea. Whew, you know. Okay, now we're doing this one. This is a boarding pass, and I'm doing this one for excursions. I just kind of pick some random numbers. This side ends up with 300, but then I've got this side over here just for some extra something, I guess, if I need it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do the boarding, and we're going to do the 4 plus 16 is $20. $20. Just looking at what else I got in here. Maybe I'll do this one as well, these 2 10s. So that's $40. Let's go ahead and put $40 in. $40 into excursions. All right. Now we'll go ahead and move on to transportation, which is the same thing, $300. And I'm going to do, let's do 50 and 10 to go ahead and take us up to 60 for this. And figured out how much money I can go into each thing, because I'm just, you know, I just kind of wing things, and I don't know, guys. I don't know, because I've only got 2 things left, and I've got a lot of money here. I just, some days, I don't know. So this is the Wiener Challenge from Liz and Les. I don't know if that's what we're allowed to call it. It's the Wiener Challenge. here's my confession of the day. I have never had a corn dog. I've been to the fair, I've done all those things. I've never had a corn dog, and I'm not even sure what color corn dogs are. They supposed to be brown? I mean, the picture here has an orange corn dog. Are corn dogs orange? I feel like I need to go study a little bit. We're gonna do, oh, this is a sad face. Why does, I thought you liked mustard. No, you like ketchup. Okay, the sad face is worth 15. And I could do, could I do all of these? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 sad faces. Okay, let's start with that. Color in those first. How come I don't know what color mustard is? Yellow. It's like neon yellow. Okay, why is that even a question? Okay, maybe I can finally get you like in range. Okay, so I've got 45. And now let's do 1 plain and 1 with ketchup. Will take us to 60. All right, so I have now got 15, 30, 45, 50, $60 that is going into our food. $60. 20, 40, 60. All right, I've completely forgotten about our questions. Okay, who knew first? All right, this was, who knew first? It was me. One thing that he used to do that would drive me crazy is he would say, wait and see. And we were talking for like online for about a year before we were able to meet. And, you know, any kind of talk about what the plan was, what the future was, what was possible, all of this stuff was wait and see. And that drove me absolutely crazy. I don't know. That was like the worst torture I've ever had, is somebody doing that. Was him saying that to me, because it was like, okay, no, I can't work like that. That's not a thing. Okay. So this last one is from Golden Girl Budgets. I'm going to use this for tips. I just decided to switch this from $5 to $10 each. So I am going to go ahead and do 4 of these and put $40 into tips. All right, so there's $40 is going into tips. Now you can see that I have not gone through my money. I've come to the end of my challenges, and because I am a poor planner, I have not used up all my money. So let's see where we're at. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60. I had 30 here. Now I've got 20. So I've got $180. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to spending, and we're going to do some more mash. And maybe, let's get around this thing. Let's go ahead, get around. Okay, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We are not going to be making $200,000. This is worth 5. 1. We're not going, oh, we're going to be low income. Well, lower income. We're not going to be making 600,000, which was worth 10. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will not have a tarantula, which I am okay with. 2. 1, 2. We will not have a Mustang. Ooh, this is getting kind of getting into a scary future. So I'm at 45 right now. I'm going to keep going. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do not need to marry Nicolas Cage. That I'm okay with. I think there's a little bit of craziness there. So I'm at 45, 65. Let's do another one. 1. Oh no! I don't want to live in Edmonton. Okay, fine. Halifax. We're not going to live in Halifax. Now at 70. We are going to live in Edmonton. Let's go again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will not have a pug. All right. That was 5 again. One more time. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will not have a neon. It's 20. Okay. How much money am I owing right now? I just keep going. I just keep going. Okay. 15, 20, 40, 60, 70, 90. $90. Should I finish this? Should I put all our money into spending? $90. Okay. No. Let's leave some for next time. We got to leave it on a cliffhanger, folks. 20, 40, 60, 80, 10. Oh my gosh. How do you guys deal with this money? And you guys like flip it so fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. There we go. So that is $90. Was that, did I pick the right stack even? Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is going into spending. I don't even know. I should have like probably figured out how much I'm going to end with at the end of this, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And you all know that. You all know that that's just the way I work. Let's go back to these ones, these two here. So I've now got okay. So there's 13 ones, 93. I've got $93. Okay, so because we got a weird 3, let's do the excursions and let's do this 23. Whoops, why did I pick brown? Ugh. I did not see myself picking brown, but you know. Okay, so there's 23, just so we can get ourselves back in some sort of order. And this is excursion, so let's do 23. Let's do a 50. Yeah, let's do a 50. Okay, so we've got 20, 40, and then all the ones will make 50. Okay. $50 going into excursions. And then let's do the rest into transportation. Did I screw that? Did I miss the 20 in there? Oh my gosh. 23. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. I might be off now, but that's okay. So I got $40. Let's do $40. Let's not pick brown. 40. So I've got a 10 here and a 30 will make $40, and this is going into transportation. I've got one more question left on my Valentine's Get to Know Us, and it is, what is one habit you hated? I thought I had one for, oh, when I met him, he was a Tim Hortons addict, like several times a day going to Tim Hortons, buying the extra large coffee several times a day. And I hate Tim Hortons. I hate it. So whenever I was here and we would go out to Tim Hortons, I would pretend to like something, but I hated it. And it wasn't until I moved here and I introduced him to my Ninja coffee maker and how real coffee is made that he broke that habit. And I'm so happy he did, because that spending was ridiculous. You know, Tim Hortons, it's not like going to Starbucks. The cost of the coffee is not huge, but several times a day, it's huge. So anyways, that is one habit that I absolutely hated. He did not tell me a habit that he hated for me, but I am sure it was probably the fact that I could fall asleep super quick. I don't do that anymore, but yeah, I could at that time fall asleep really, really easily. So there we go. That is it. I want to thank you for joining me. It's kind of fun to use $1 bills, I have to be honest. And it feels kind of good to stuff some of these and to share kind of what our plans are with you. And I kind of takes a bit of a weight off of me because I wasn't sure how to go about sharing this or to make this make sense. And I'm not sure that it does, but it just, you know, to give you a little bit of insight into what we're saving and how we're saving it does give me some relief. So thank you for joining me, and I'm going to try and do this every Monday. So hopefully we'll have a little bit that we can add every Monday. All right. Thanks guys. See you in the next one.